diets, how it affects our everyday, our health, of course. And now there's a new word that food with high levels of saturated fats, starches, and added sugar, which are already associated with things like type 2 diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular issues, could also mean an increased risk for psoriasis. We're talking about a diet full of ultra processed foods. We've got friend here of the DMV zone who I missed last week, Dr. Amina Merham. So good to see you. I'm sorry I missed you. I hope you come back to DC.
Absolutely, Marina. It's good to see you. It definitely would have been great to see you in person.
Definitely. Okay, let's talk about this because my understanding was that psoriasis is an autoimmune disease and oftentimes untrackable as to why it started, is it inherited, or what the case may be. But now it can, it seems as though, be triggered by things like ultra processed food diets.
You're absolutely right, Marina. This is an autoimmune disease, and we do our best to contain the symptoms. And this study in JAMA Dermatology showed that you can be triggering a psoriasis sort of episode by up to 36%, depending on your diet. This can be good news if you think about it, because this is something that's empowering for patients to say, all right, this ultra processed, fast and fake kind of food that I'm eating is one way that I can limit the symptoms that I'm getting from this very uncomfortable disease that is plaguing many people around the country.
And we're seeing some pictures here in our video of what psoriasis may look like. I know that people associated with plaque psoriasis, also rheumatoid arthritis may be a huge side effect of it. For people who may not know, what is psoriasis?
Yeah, let's break it down. This is a skin disorder that is first not contagious, and this is something where your body mistakenly begins to attack its own cells. And what that forms is a layer of red, itchy, flaky patches around the body. And this can be very uncomfortable, very painful for people. And it's not treatable, unfortunately, in the sense that we can't cure it, but we can make it a little bit better, sometimes with anti-inflammatory creams, or as this study is showing, decreasing inflammation by the food we eat can have a big impact. Now, this has an impact on a skin disease like this, but other patients can ask, hey, Dr. Merham, what's your secret for great skin? Maybe it's a salad. Maybe that's a good place to start for us as well.
Just your diet. I mean, with so much we've talked, Dr. Merham, about our diets and how that affects, and your gut really being what leads to just about any issue in the body, everything. I see those pictures. I think a lot of people are like, well, wait a second, that looks a little bit like eczema. It looks like dermatitis. It's different, right? And how it affects the body inside.
It is different, and that's why the mechanism, the way this is working, that the key that they really found in this study is inflammation. So much of what we're uncovering around our microbiome, like you mentioned, our gut, or the food that we're eating, the things that are making us more likely to have inflammation throughout our body are increasing our risk for more obesity, are increasing these things where our body begins to attack itself, our immune system becomes too heightened. And in this situation, because it's not an infection, because this is not something that we're treating with an antimicrobial cream, this is a situation where we want to help control our own immune system. And the best way to do that is focusing on whole, real food, fruit, vegetables, not things that are ultra processed that, would really damage our internal gut microbiome.
Dr. Merham, we certainly needed to hear that as the holidays are approaching. We appreciate you coming on. I hope to see you soon here on the DMV Zone. We'll be right back.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.